Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
So, hello everyone. Hello to every pilot out there, ServiceNow pilot. I'm pleased to have you back on our podcast, ServiceNow Pilots. And today might be a very interesting topic because we're going to talk about the thing that people are afraid, but most likely, I believe they like the most, which is money. So, as we go through many topics about ServiceNow itself, so now let's get down to business, I would say. So, today we want to expand the topic of the licensing model. We want to explain how it is licensed, how it looks like, what things you should look before even purchasing this tool, and hopefully we'll get to the cost of it. So also a quick reminder before we get down to the main topic of the episode. Please be aware that we are going to talk up to the Vancouver release, and we cannot guarantee that in the future things may change. So when some things change, we'll probably do a follow-up session to clear those clouds.
Yes.
And
Well, everyone.
yeah, welcome again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here, Marcel.
Yeah,
it's my second one, so hopefully less nervous behind this microphone. Yeah, again, it's quite interesting topic. So I think we decided to talk a little bit about that to let you know and to let you understand what you should take into consideration when you think about ServiceNow in investment and the costs that may be behind that.
Yeah, so maybe before jumping into the main topic, for some of the people, it may be the first episode that they may see. So if you could introduce yourself. Quickly about myself. I'm Marcel, your host of the ServiceNow Pilots podcast, but here is my honorable guest.
Yeah, my name is Marcin Tyburski. I'm a CEO of SPOC, ServiceNow partner. We help our customers guide them in their ServiceNow journey since 2010, so quite a long time.
Yeah, exactly, quite a long time, and there were many changes during this time. But first of all, maybe it would be a great way to start this episode. So, is the ServiceNow platform for every company, regardless the size of the maturity of the organization itself, before thinking of implementing a new tool?
Okay. We would say yes or no, but I should say it depends. I think that the way ServiceNow is built and what type of workflows, what type of challenges ServiceNow tries to address, I believe it is the tool that is most likely addressable to meet companies, and big and large companies. That's, I think, is the first category we should set.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first one, company should think of how organized they are with their workflows, how big is the company, and then think of the changing some tools itself. But when it comes to the licensing model, what are the key components before even submitting for buying this tool or the licenses for ServiceNow platform? What should I look for within my organization?
All right. So first of all, we should say that ServiceNow is the subscription-based system or subscription-based platform application. Which what does it mean? That you buy an access to ServiceNow for a certain amount of time. Yeah. So whether it is 1 year, 2 years, 1 month, 5 years, it's up to you. But it's always a time-based model. Second thing is that ServiceNow is cloud-based solution, which means that you don't need to install anything in your IT environment to run ServiceNow. So the only thing which you need is either a web browser or your mobile phone to access and to enter to ServiceNow and manage tickets or work in general, work on the system. And by having these two, let's say, factors, we can start thinking about, okay, so what is the licensing of ServiceNow? ServiceNow is, in general, it is the platform, but on the platform we have applications or sites of applications available or addressed for different purposes, different departments, different use cases. So we have applications and systems for IT, like IT service management or IT operations management. We have dedicated solutions and for HR, for example, or customer service management. We then have tools for enterprise risk management or security operations. So first of all, you need to think or what use case you would like to cover by ServiceNow. It means also that you may have 3, 4, 6 use cases and buy all of them at the same time. They are all delivered on ServiceNow platform, where ServiceNow as a platform itself is always incorporated in the application which you are going to buy. So there are some capabilities which are on ServiceNow level, and then there are capabilities which are related to ServiceNow product. Like, for example, in IT, you may have incident management, problem management, change management, and these are capabilities of IT service management, whether service level management, CMDB, so configuration management database, or integrations are a part of the platform.
Okay, and as there are many products and applications within the ServiceNow platform, are they licensed in the same way? For example, IT service management, and you mentioned IT operations management. Are they licensed in the same way?
No. They are. It depends on the product, but we may say that there are two main differentiators. One is that they are licensed based on number of users, and the second one is based on number of units. So unit may be an asset, maybe a server, maybe for example, a router or for example telecommunication acquired.
Okay, so something which is a software, not a human, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay, and because the subscription model reminds me of many, let's say, streaming platforms out there. So, for example, if we have Netflix or Disney and so on, so I can choose from the different versions of the system. For example, if I want to watch a series in 4K, I have to pay for a let's say better version or just different versions. So when it comes to ServiceNow, are there any versions of the system itself?
Yes. So this is standardized across all the solutions available out of ServiceNow. We have Standard Edition, we have Professional Edition, and we have Enterprise Edition. And across each of them, there are differences in capabilities. Usually, the model is like when you start with a standard version or standard edition. This enables you to, let's say, simplify, standardize your ways of working, and then the second step would be to automate it. So there are much more capabilities to do automations in the way you work. And the third, which is enterprise grade, would be to again have capabilities to optimize and improve the way you work.
Okay, so So you have like basic fundamental, let's say, things to cover, topics to cover. Then if you want more automation, more, let's say, AI approach, for example, AI approach, we have to look for a better version or higher version. And when we want to create workflows that cover whole organization and we want to optimize them, then we would have to go through the enterprise one. Is that right?
Yes, from the enterprise level, when you think about optimization, imagine that you would like to understand how your processes or workflows work. Yeah, so where are the bottlenecks? How can we improve the efficiency when we can see that there is space for example, for automation in these processes. So there are capabilities of ServiceNow like process mining that enables you to understand and improve the way you work. The other thing would be dedicated dashboards or dedicated workspaces for managers, for service operation process managers, and so on. Yeah, so they have this. In this version, such capabilities appear, which again, the goal is to constantly improve the way you work.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it looks reasonable, and for now, it looks very simple. So this is just to sum up, this is a subscription licensing model when we have to differentiate between editions, versions of the system, and we have to divide it between people's workflows and things that are connected with assets, hardware or software.
Exactly.
Are there any components above of that or a part of that that might be interesting or might be important to select?
Yes. So out of the box, or by default, ServiceNow is when you buy ServiceNow. Yeah, ServiceNow is in general the system that is built as a single tenant. Yeah, again, it's quite techy, so maybe I try to simplify this. You buy an instance of ServiceNow, which you can log in. It is only for you. It's your private instance with a private database, private application server integrations, and so on. So it's really your system. And so when by default customer receive one production instance and one non-production, which is usually used for development. Yeah. So then when you start your journey with ServiceNow, you can start on the production instance, but once the production instance goes live, then you can move all your configuration to development instance, or to, let's call it, non-production instance, and you can then improve your environment. And whenever new features or new configurations you would like to put on the production instance, then you can just let's say upload it to production one. So we have two instances, production one, non-production. This is one of the factors, and sometimes when environment is much more complicated or bigger, or you would like to have more teams working in parallel on ServiceNow to develop or to create, configure new features, new functionalities, then having more non-production instances become crucial. So then you can set up a model like development, test, and production instance, or development, test, sandbox, and production instance, and so on. And so this should be considered when you think about ServiceNow. The second would be how ServiceNow encrypts, or the whole information, or the whole transmission between ServiceNow instance and your internal environment is encrypted by default, but you may ask for additional encryption and security measures to be sure that it is aligns to your compliance requirements. Sometimes internal sometimes companies, they just expect more encryption, or VPNs, or encryption and rest, or even the physical encryption with the physical encryption of the hardware, hard disks. So this may be an additional option for you to add, which again you should consider with your InfoSec. Sorry, not SecOps, InfoSec. So that is one thing. The last thing is that ServiceNow in general is just a cloud solution. Yeah, so it's only available out of cloud, but under some specific circumstances, it may be also installed in your environment, in your data center. It is not, let's say, default option. I would say very difficult to get this, but again possible if there is for example, regulation, or government regulations which you cannot do this. And I remember a couple of years ago, such regulation appeared in one of the countries in the Middle East, and ServiceNow needed to align to this regulation, by either letting customer having to have on-premise installation, or they decided to, in longer run, they decided to set up a data center in the country, so that the data residency remains within this country.
Okay, so that's interesting when the licensing model of it can be aligned to your needs, especially when you said about this additional encryption. I believe there are, for example, banking industry, insurance industry, when you deal with personal information and they need to be secured properly, and you have to cover many regulations. We can say that we are in the European Union. There are many regulations and they have to be up to date. So it's good that the platform itself can be fitted into that. Also, I believe the on-premise stems from the same idea, the additional security. So, okay, so that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we have seen many examples that customers, they said, oh, we should start on-prem, but then they decided to go into cloud, ServiceNow cloud.
Is it common?
It happens from time to time. Imagine ServiceNow is just one technology, one technology stack, which is just one application. Whereas in your IT environment, it might be 200 different applications. Yeah, try to maintain them and keep them secure versus just one single stack. Yeah, so I would say more on the compliance reasons instead of the security. I would say technical security issues. But as I said, it all depends on what you need and what you are obliged to do. I would say that should be enough.
Okay, yeah, I think this is it clears the clouds. Let's say that people may understand it better, the licensing model and how it looks, why it looks that way. So it's great that it really can be fitted into your needs.
Yes.
But of course, behind it is a price. So bearing that in mind, so the subscription model, when we found out the version of the system, the cloud version and so on, bearing that in mind, so how much does it cost?
It's still not the simple answer, because there are again a couple of factors which we should mention. We said a little bit about user-based model. I would like to emphasize a little bit more about that. So first of all, in the ServiceNow environment, the only option you may have for the user is that it is so-called named user. So every single user has to have the access, has to have the account in the system. So in general, this lets you understand the journey of this user across the whole time when the application is used. When in previous or in other, let's say, systems, you may have something with the model when you buy a number of access licenses and you can spread them across much more number of employees. And so, for example, you buy 50 licenses, which means that at the same time, only 50 persons or 50 users can access to the system. Yeah. When in the model, when there is a named user, there is no limit. Everyone can access at the same time, and system will handle that. Yeah. So we have user-based licensing model, named users in ServiceNow, and we have different types of users. Where the biggest one is fulfiller, so someone who provides the service to end users. The second one is end user or a user. The third role in the system, it is the what's it called, business stakeholder.
Okay.
So it's a kind of a managing role when this manager is able to run reports on the data which is provided to him. Also, he can approve any requests which comes to his, let's say, desk from the organization. I would say these are two main features. And then the business stakeholder can have a specific capabilities within the product, which is related to for example, customer service management or IT operations management. So we have these three roles. Employee or requester, should be the proper word. Requester who starts or initiate the process, and fulfiller who provides service or provide value in this process, and then manager or business stakeholder who can have visibility to the process. And so to understand the cost and the cost of or annual cost of the system, you need to multiply the price of each of the users. So, for example, fulfillers and then business stakeholders. Requesters are always for free, so there's no price factor on it. But for the two others, there is a price factor, and multiply by number of months and multiply by number of users. And on the top of it, there is the application or the site we would like to buy licenses. So, for example, for IT operations, IT service management, the price would be based on these factors. So IT service management standard 20 or 50 fulfillers multiplied by number of months, and then the price. And so and then we have also one more user type of license, which is called app user. And for some of the specific, for some applications, like for example HR service delivery, we count number of app users. So whatever it is, fulfiller or requester or a business stakeholder is just app user. And HR service delivery is just one of the examples. So these are let's say, more about users, and then we have units. And for example, IT operations management, we use units. So it is for IT operations management, when you monitor, understand your environment, your technology, you support by your services, and then it is for you. It is important how many such devices, units, servers, and so on you have, and then you just count them, multiply by the price of the system.
Okay, yeah. So it can be fitted to your needs, to the concept and that you would like to enhance within your organization. So would you recommend it to every company? Because bearing that in mind that you have to meet some certain levels of users and so on. So would you recommend it to the every company around the world?
I would say that ServiceNow is not the cheapest product on market. So again, I think it's more fitted to bigger organizations. With for example, in IT, I think 50 employees at IT would be at least for Poland. Again, this is also the other factors we need to take into consideration. But that this would be a starting point for the company for the use case of ServiceNow. It is not just because of the size, but also a maturity of the organization. Mm-hmm. So again, ServiceNow shows in not just only in IT, but also in other areas or other products in the platform, shows value which justifies the cost of the platform in bigger scale. So, and then in that sense, so you have to achieve a certain level of scale to be able to realize that value. A part of the fact how mature it is.
Yeah. Okay. So depending on the maturity level of the organization and how big the company actually is. So as you said, yeah, I think it has to be said loudly that it's not the cheapest tool, but it can do a lot of things actually. So it's great to fully understand what it can deliver to you and how to prepare for this kind of implementation. Because I believe when you purchase your licenses, it's not like having a new phone when you just a new iPhone release coming out, and you just grab it from the shelf and you can use it right away. I would imagine that you have to have additional costs to fully understand the product. But so what are the other key elements that we have to keep in mind and add up to the cost of the ServiceNow?
Yes. So we may say we all decide, or we at least have the experience to buy software and implement this in our organization, bigger, smaller systems, and so we may try to simplify this process by just only implementing the tool. Okay, we should configure it according to our requirements based on our processes, or just take out of the shelf already existing processes and configurations at ServiceNow, and just only adjust this a little bit to our organization, import or integrate to typical let's say core systems we have in our organization, like Active Directory or email system. So so one factor is the implementation part. The second factor would be trainings to our users. The third one would be documentation, and the fourth one would be maintenance and next steps in our development, because our development of our platform was what we should be sure in ServiceNow is that you will, once you start using the system, and you will understand the value it may create to your organizations, you will quickly start to generate new requirements and new use cases which you would like to use with ServiceNow. And then having the proper maintenance and let's say ongoing development is also important. And we always say to our customers, it's better to start small, but get used to ServiceNow and get used to this platform, and then realize the real value, and then maybe do a second phase of the let's say improvement or development of the plan of the system or configuration of the system. But what I would emphasize to all of the companies and also to our to users who would like to implement ServiceNow is that ServiceNow brings organizational change.
And what do you mean by that?
Yeah, so imagine I mentioned in one of the podcasts that about the company that has and HR couple of systems to support HR operations.
Mm-hmm.
By introducing ServiceNow, the way organization change, the way organization is going to work after the implementation would be different than the beginning. So, because of this change, hopefully, customers understand that we try to build better world with ServiceNow, not just replicating the existing world with a newer technology, but try to build a new better world. They have to understand that this requires a lot of effort to communicate with our users, to let them know that this change is going, how the tool will change the way they work, and so on. So, and sometimes implementation of a system is just a small, or let's say, still visible, but only a part of this project. So, and this organizational change needs to be addressed in the project to be sure that once the system is implemented, there is people are really engaged and they work and they use the tool in a proper way.
Yeah, I believe this is very crucial part because the tool can deliver many things. It has many capabilities. Actually, I heard that it also can exchange your 6 systems within your organization. So yeah, you have to keep that in mind, that this is an organizational change. And also, I believe the maintenance part is very crucial part, because even before purchasing the license itself, you have to think few years into the future, and keep that in mind, that the platform itself is still evolving. There are new releases coming up, and you have to be up to date with the platform and the technology around.
Yeah, cloud revolution and the cloud delivery model brought significant improvements in a part of maintenance, because we as ServiceNow users, we don't really care whether it is what servers it runs on, what application servers, what operating systems, what databases, and so on. We don't really care about it. We only get the value of the platform through the web browser. The rest is maintained by ServiceNow, and they also are responsible for upgrades, patching, backups, data residency, and so on and so on. So it is all covered by ServiceNow, and this, of course, this part of the job is incorporated incorporated in the price of the system. So on your side, as you buy it and you grow, the price of the platform is predictable, because you have this monthly fee for your user or for your unit, and this may be predictable over time, even if you grow and have much more capabilities or value out of this.
Yeah, so I believe this is very understandable how the system looks, and I believe the subscription model is everywhere right now. So it's pretty reasonable why they chose this way to pursue with their product. However, I have a question that is very interesting to me, because we have many products of the ServiceNow, and of course the platform is still evolving and changing and enhancing its capabilities. However, I imagine there are many companies that are very industry specific ones, that those products can be too high level for them, for example, because they're very specific and they have many workflows, and you cannot also do a product for everyone.
Yes.
So can I somehow fit those products? So is there any way to use out of the box solutions, I would say?
Yeah.
Out of the box.
Out of the box. Yeah. So something which is, you have two options. First of all, each ServiceNow application or a site, you can configure according to your business processes and the way you would like to work. So sometimes it is good to have it. Sometimes it's better to think maybe it's better for us to align what ServiceNow proposes. Maybe it's maybe it's better. The second thing is that ServiceNow is a platform. What does it mean? It means that there are capabilities of this platform, build applications, whatever you want, or the applications, business applications, to be precise, maybe not like content management system or very specific other use cases, but business applications you can build on ServiceNow, and then you just leverage the core capabilities of the platform. So the same capabilities which are used to build applications and systems like IT service management, customer service management, and HR service delivery, for example. Yeah, and then you can build your own system. And we as a company, we does it, and we build or develop systems for our customers for very specific issues. It's very specific use cases, like, for example, interview scheduling or research and development, where we try to understand, or we understand how the process look like, and then put this on ServiceNow. And this part is, so we call it at ServiceNow, it is called ServiceNow App Engine, or which is as one product of bigger family called Creator Workflows, where a part of the App Engine platform capabilities, we have hyper automation capabilities like robotic process automation, integrations, and process mining, for example. So this creates a space for companies to build their own solutions and still leverage the fact that this is all integrated one single data source or one single system of engagements.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, the interview scheduling is a very specific one, and I believe it would be hard when developing the platform to think of these very, very small details. So that's great that you have the opportunity to fit the product into your own needs, to your own industry, and to even create new workflows. Is it possible, or do you have any example that, for example, when many companies will build the same type of application, is there any chance that it will be incorporated in the platform in a few years?
Yeah, ServiceNow has, I think, its own strategy. They try to listen to customers and build capabilities which are desired by customers. And so why not? Yeah, we see more and more industry-specific solutions out of ServiceNow for financial sector, for example, or in insurance sector, manufacturing sector, what else, legal, and so on. So it happens, and I would say it happens now. And so, the other thing which might be interesting is the fact that ServiceNow is also a low-code and no-code platform, or maybe what does it mean? We all maybe are aware that there is a lack of workforce or technology workforce on market. The the digitalizing of the digital transformation of businesses is really happens every day, and companies require more and more workforce which can be technology savvy, and we lack of that. And on the other hand, we see that even if you are a very good technology person, super developer or consultant, still you need to understand the business, and by that it requires you to both understand the technology but also understand how the processes look like in a specific department or domain. And then ServiceNow, and not only ServiceNow, but there is a general movement to provide capabilities that a business person is able to build applications on ServiceNow platform. We call it citizen developer. So someone who understands his environment, normally use emails, spreadsheets, PowerPoints, and so on, with unstructured data, with a lot of data sources, and this person runs within his department or his or her department. He runs these processes, and he would like to digitalize it because this may create more value and streamline the process. This person is able to understand how the process look like, where are the bottlenecks, and so on. So by introducing, let's say, citizen developer movement on local platform of ServiceNow, we are able to speed up this process of digitalizing the business and digitalizing workflows. And we already see this on market, having first projects around that. Really, it's really a game changer.
Okay, so what you are saying, because I was a student at technology university, I didn't fully understand this region, or it was too heavy for me. So it means that without this very specific knowledge, but having a business knowledge or having some workflows that I want to be automated, I can build those workflows within the platform itself. So that's great that it gives me this kind of capability.
Yes, exactly. This is the main use case. Imagine that you put also a generative AI capabilities on the top of it. Yeah. So the new programming would be prompting. Yeah. So we may say that when we combine both low-code citizen developer with generative text-to-code capabilities, or text-to-application even capabilities, this creates a completely new environment for you to speed up your digitalization of your business. And again, ServiceNow has a very, very good product for it.
Okay, so summing up this topic, because we covered many interesting things around the licensing model. So first of all, I thought, okay, when you have those products and so on, it's like coming to the bakery or a supermarket and take a product from the shelf and go to the cash machine and pay for it. But after our conversation, I think it's more like going to the tailor and have your suit tailored.
Yeah.
Fits to your needs, fits to your waist, let's say, level, and so on. So it can vary from organization to organization, because each company is different. There's different workflows, even within the same industry. So, yeah, I believe it is very difficult topic to talk about the price of it and so on. But I think we cleared some cloud when it comes to the licensing model itself, which is not very difficult to understand from my perspective.
And again, it's not easy to say this costs $1,000, because this costs $5,000, it costs $10,000 or more, because there are too many factors to respond. And if I say, there is one well-known price of ServiceNow across, I would say, internet.
Yeah,
we may say that ServiceNow IT service management solution costs $100 per user per month. It doesn't really
it doesn't
mean anything to you. Again, this is just let's say a price, but what's important is to understand whether this creates value to me or not. And this is our partners, this is our job, partners' job. This is a ServiceNow job to build a business case with our customer, to maintain all the factors which are required to build a proper business case and proper offer to our customers. And so again, I think that it's better to reach out to partner or to ServiceNow and sit and discuss with us, with them to prepare the proper pricing, proper price.
Yeah, I believe it is very, very crucial, but to fully understand your needs before even going for a product. So yeah, thank you for this explanation. It really cleared my clouds that I had in my head. I believe our pilots out there understand the model better, and so we were able to summarize it and to come up with good examples how to approach these topics. And thank you very much for it. It was very beneficial.
And dear users, customers, reach out to us if you have any questions related to ServiceNow licensing model. We are more than happy to respond.
Yes, exactly. We are willing to help. We have many passionate people around this topic. And of course, if you have any additional questions related not only to the licensing part, but the main topic of this podcast, which is ServiceNow, don't hesitate to reach out to me via LinkedIn, via any social media that you may like or have. We are everywhere with this podcast, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. So don't hesitate to reach out to us, leave a comment, and see you in the next episode.
Thank you. Nieprzegadane, bo znowuż...
To wszystko. To jest